What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And it's the next couple days after we done got the Suzuki Cappuccino here back at the house. And as you see, the timing and everything is off. Got all the hoses for the intercooler, timing cover, timing belt, AC, alternator belt, the pulley for the cams, water pump. Got the thermostat out. And man, check out the water pump. Got the thermostat rusted to death. I mean, I don't even know if that thing worked. It didn't overheat. The Suzuki never came to overheating temperatures, and the gauge always stood where it needed to be. So if that thing worked, that would be amazing. Kind of got this cleaned up for the thermostat housing. Come with a Suzuki Sport traction bar, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna get that powder coated. But the problem that I came into once I got Cappuccino home and put coolant in it and just running over everything, and I thought it was a leaking head gasket. Turned out to be a leaking freeze plug. As you see, the hole right there in the block is behind all the covers for the timing. So when you put coolant in it and it starts leaking out, it literally looks like it's coming out of the side of the engine. So how I found out that it was this rusted freeze plug was after I took all the timing components down eBay. I just saw one on there. It was like $10 here in the US. So I ordered it just so I had one, because I was I was in a rush to get everything. So I just ordered it to put it in. Kind of got the engine bay cleaned up. It was super dusty when I got it. As you see, this is not shout. This is actually degreaser and water. So I kind of got all the caked up dust from sitting over the months. All this cleaned up. It looked like somebody put some RTV on these. Probably from factory RTV on the seals there, but I do got everything coming that I need. I'm going to put new water pump, new thermostat, new timing belt, new AC belt. Head itself has 3 freeze plugs, 2 in the center on top, and 1 here on the side of the block, which was the culprit. So the 2 on top shouldn't got it hit as bad with rust, since it's not standing water like it is on this side freeze plug. Water's constantly on that. So hopefully we got lucky and having to replace those for a while, but I do got those on the way. I'm going to get new plugs, new wires, new rotor, new cap, the whole 9 yards for the timing. And yeah, we should have some fun with this car. Dream car of mine is this Suzuki Cappuccino, and I can't believe that I found it how I did. As soon as I got done selling the Beat, this thing came up and I was able to snatch it up for an amazing deal. And I can't believe the difference in power compared to the Suzuki Cappuccino and the Honda Beat. Man, the turbo on the 660cc engine really makes a difference. Also has aftermarket exhaust. That thing looks super sick. Sounds good too. It was imported from SBI Motors. They're in Japan. It's pretty sick. Wheels definitely need cleaned up, but those are the factory Suzuki, I guess, Cappuccino wheels. I'm gonna go get some RTV, some red RTV, and put a little bit around the outside there, just so we know that thing won't leak. Just got back from the old Wally World. Got some tire sealant. That's for the four-wheeler. We're going riding later, so stay tuned for next couple videos coming out on the channel. Permatex RTV, and a plug kit, which is also for the four-wheeler, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let's get this freeze plug installed on the engine. New freeze plug is here. I'm just going to take a little bit of the sealant, put around the edges of it, and make sure it has a good seal. From factory, I don't think you do that, but High Gear Garage, that's what we're going to do, just to make sure. Don't take much at all. I mean, look, man, they scam you. I'm already at half the bottle and there ain't nothing coming out. Don't take much, just enough to get it around. It can be difficult to hold it, try to get the sealant on it, but Just a small layer on the outside. Take. Make sure the area is nice and clean. I already sanded it down, so we're good there. I just want to make sure it's okay, a little. So freeze plug is in, and it's the next day. It is dried. The RTV allows 24 hours to sit before any fluid runs through it, which I have no problem with that because my parts don't get here till Wednesday of this coming up week. So we still got 3 or 4 days left till we get everything here that we need. But I went ahead and took off some coolant hoses that was running throughout here. And because I noticed when I first took them all apart, they was just super rusted inside. And hopefully the inside of the engine don't look like some of these fuel or some of these coolant hoses. But let me show you. There's just thick rust, and you can hear them crunching. Just thick rust in there. So I'm gonna get these cleaned out the best I can. Use these brushes and kind of run through them and get all that broke loose. Clean this reservoir tank out and put some fresh coolant in that when we go back to put everything together. But for now, it's basically just get everything cleaned up and prepared for when the parts get here from Japan on Wednesday. I'm gonna hold them at the UPS location so it doesn't take UPS all day to deliver them, so I can just pick them up at like 7 a.m. in the morning and go ahead and start working on getting all this put back together. But we got that freeze plug in. That's the first step on getting everything. I'm gonna leave all the timing and everything off for now. I believe I have to, or the cam gears, I believe I have to anyway, because this metal cover that goes on will keep me from being able to put the water pump on. So we're gonna leave that off and just wait on parts. I was gonna make a video of delivering the beat to the customer in Wisconsin, a little bit above Chicago, but as I was on the way there, it just wasn't it. There wasn't nothing really to film, all back roads pretty much. And it would have been boring. So what we did, give you a little bit of rundown on what we did. We left on Wednesday morning, about 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Wisconsin's about an hour behind us here in Georgia. And it is about a 10 and a half hour trip. So we took the 16-foot trailer with the Titan, and we delivered the beat 10 and a half hours away to a guy, an older gentleman. I was just super excited for the beat. And yeah, so that was a successful trip. It was a successful trip. We're going to get this, and I'm excited. Like my anxiety and my patience start to run out. Happens anytime I order something. Like I'm excited to order it, but like waiting on it is just a different story, especially from Japan. It don't take too long, but it still takes a good 5 or 6 days to get it, and that's more than I want to wait. Like I wish you could just wake up and boom, there's the parts. But unfortunately, Japan's like a day away, probably 2 days away, so it takes a while. For now, we're gonna get all this cleaned up, and I'm gonna get all this powder coated. I want to get the rims. This is going to be after the fact of getting all this back together and running again. I'm going to get the rims powder coated a gold metallic color, which just looks good with the red. I want to get the roof wrapped I'm gonna get it wrapped in a gloss black, along with getting the hood wrapped in a gloss black, and maybe the trunk wrapped. And eventually, I'm gonna do some cool stuff under the hood here. Get all these little metal covers powder coated. So I want to get the breather cover powder coated. I want to get the cam covers painted, powder coated, and just some other miscellaneous stuff under the hood. Some colorful hoses and the blue. I want to try to find the red ignition wires so it'll match the paint, because I plan on leaving the car red. Red's just a sporty look, and with the black hood, it'll definitely look super good. And later on down the road, may even do a big turbo kit. I also plan to get a blow-off valve. HKS makes a blow-off valve. I'm gonna get some stuff cleaned up, some stuff that really I'm gonna do off camera. Nothing too excited that you guys want to see. Parts get here from Japan. Definitely be looking out for those videos, because we're gonna get this thing back together and we're gonna get this thing ripping on the streets. She's already tagged and titled, and so we're ready to go. Once we get this thing ready to go, it's ready to rip. I'll catch you guys then. We're going to ride.